Hey, let's talk about the Sofort 2 by Leica. This is a camera that's very similar to the Fuji Instax Evo. In fact, they did a collaboration on this, and for a good reason, because this setup is the best out there in my opinion. The fact of having a screen is the biggest quality of this camera, and I'm going to tell you everything there is to know. First off, why do I say the fact of having a screen is great? Some people do say that the fact of having a screen kind of kills the vibe or, the feel of using an instantaneous camera. And I can agree with these people partially, because it is also true that, for example, when I was in Hungary recently, I was with some friends and I wanted to take a nice group photo. And I had my little Instax something from Fuji, and I had that on a kind of a tripod. I had to figure something out, but anyways, I had it on something. And I was trying to take a good shot, so I framed it properly, but between what you see and what you get, it's not always the same, so you have to kind of try to make it work. And there was always someone either cut, either too far, that was not really in the picture, and so forth. So being able to see what you're gonna get before you print the photo is a big plus. In terms of lens, there's a Sumar f2 to f2.4. There is an internal memory, which is great. So if you forgot your memory card, you can still take up to roughly 45 photos internally. Always good to have. And there's a slot for a micro SD. So you can save all your photos that are, if I remember right, around 5 megapixels, which is plenty of enough for, printing on a little film. But at least you can still have your photos. So if, for example, a teenager, an adult, or anyone uses a camera like this, even for a wedding, you can always review your photos later on. And even if you're not printing all of them, you can still keep them as a memory. Weight-wise, we are at 320 grams, so it is pretty lightweight. One thing that I thought of is the fact that, sometimes you take a photo, you print it with a regular instant camera, and it's a beautiful shot. And you go, okay, great, what do I do with this if I want to give it to someone else? Well, either you give it to someone else and you don't have the copy, or you take a photo with your cell phone. So at that point, it's not the same feel. With this camera, you can print several copies of the same image. You can even change the photos, modify them as you want, and then print them. So that is really cool. There is a magnetic cap in front here, and when you put it on, what happens is that the Leica logo goes pretty much straight by itself, and it doesn't come off easily, which is really cool. I like that little plus. And inside, it's made of velour a bit, so it's going to protect your lens, and it looks more premium. It is premium looking, and the feel is very nice, even though it's made of plastic all around. There is this shiny surface in front here that does collect a bit the fingerprints, so you'll have to kind of try to keep it clean, but it does look and feel very premium when you hold it in your hand here. It's a bit, almost slippery. It's very nice. And the rest of the camera, the layout, you can see that the layout is made in a way for you to hold the camera like this. So the function, play, back, menu, OK buttons here are laid down in a way that you basically hold your camera like so. Obviously, there's no viewfinder, so I'm doing this, but you're not going to see anything through it. There is no viewfinder. Now that I say that, I do want to mention the fact that obviously you're going to see everything through an LCD screen. In the front of the camera, there is a little mirror so you can see yourself in selfie mode. And you have another shutter button right here that you can hold like so. You still see the mirror. You can take a photo of yourself or a little group or whatnot. There is a little pre-focusing light. That is great when you are in low light and you want to autofocus. That's going to help you. It's going to assist, and you can turn that on and off, by the way. And there's a little flash. Over here, there is the on and off button. By the way, when you turn it on and off, it makes this sound that I really like. Check it out. On, off. So yeah, it's just a little thing. You can remove all the sounds of the camera, choose how loud you want them to be, and so forth. There is a possibility to connect this to the Leica Photo app, which is the app we use for all our Leica cameras, to your phone to download photos and so forth. So you can connect this to your phone. You can use it to print any photo from your phone. You can print photos from other cameras. You can select photos that you put on your SD card and then print them from here. So there is basically a lot of possibilities to print photos. And this becomes, if you will, a portable printer, for example, for a wedding, an anniversary, a party with friends, anything, an outing, you can really use this as an external printer. And that is a big plus once again, because you can choose which photos you want to print, when, how many copies, what effects, and so forth. The body comes in 3 colors, red, black, or white. I personally love the red edition. It looks really cool. It does remind me a little bit of Leica, obviously, but the other two are also very, very neat. In terms of styles, because the other cool thing is that you can shoot in different film styles. There are 10 of them. And these are normal, vivid, pale, canvas, monochrome, sepia, yellow, red, blue, and retro. And there are also different lens effects, such as normal, vignette, soft focus, blur, fisheye, color shift, light leak, mirror, double exposure, and half frame. So with these film and lens styles, you can really combine them to create the feel, the mood, the look that you want. For example, the double exposure or the double frame is really cool because you can have a dual frame at the same time. You can like take photos of 2 of your best friends and have them printed in one film. And knowing that the film is not the cheapest out there, is over $1 per film, it is great to be able to choose which photo you want to print and know that it's going to be a good photo that you're going to put on your wall. On top here, there's a little black button next to the shutter button, and that is the reset button basically that will reset any filter or any effect that you set on your camera. To print the photos, when you selected the photo you want to print or you like the photo, there is a little lever here that says print. You open this like so, which reminds me a little bit of the analog days when, you know, you would move your film. And that is a good way to not print by mistake, first of all, because it's not a button. You really have to intentionally move the lever like so. And that's a really cool little feature that will print your film out. There is one option in the menus to choose the level of brightness on the printouts. So you can increase the brightness by 2 levels. That is cool. If there's a photo that's a little dark and you want to up a little bit the brightness when you're printing it, you can do so. There is the face detection that you can turn on and off in the menu. Also a great feature. There is an autofocus feature. When you press halfway the shutter button, it will turn green when it's in focus. That is actually a very good feature because sometimes you used to print and you would just do the infinite focus. That's basically, you remember you had to choose the distance of the subject each time. There was like 2 options usually. Here you can actually autofocus. I keep doing this because I'm so used to using an M camera and this is not an M camera. But anyway, you autofocus on your subject, you take your photo and you're sure that it's going to be in focus. The battery does not come out. There is no way of opening this little camera to take the battery out. However, there is a USB-C charger at the bottom here, a little port, and that is how you recharge this camera through a normal regular USB-C. There is a function button right here, FN, and what that does is that it allows you to save favorites, profiles, so that you can have your favorite profiles ready. And if you want to take a photo in a specific way, let's say you like the dual screen or you like the monochrome or the sepia and you like the fisheye, whatever, and you want to have a combo of these effects, you can have them, save them, so you don't lose time each time, turning the little lens here to choose your effect or on top the little wheel, and you can just straight go to what you like. There is only one tripod screw mount here, so you can put it like so. I'm sure you can use the tripod and put it also like this, but there's only one on the side here. The way you open it, there's a little button here that opens the camera for you to put the film in it. You close and that's it. There's the lid that's gonna come out to tell you that the film is ready, it's loaded, and from there, rock and roll, just start printing. I really like this little camera. I think it looks great. It really does look good. And in terms of what it does, it is good too. It's good to have a little Leica camera with a little Leica lens on it. That is always welcome. And let me know, is this a type of camera you would buy? For what reasons? Do you already own one? I'm curious to know. Write it down in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe if you didn't subscribe yet. And if you like my content so you don't miss any of my future videos. Take care. See you soon. Cheers.